Welcome back to The Curious Yapper. I'm Madison, your host and favorite yapper. I'll give you a recap from this week. So on Monday, I was texting with a friend and we said it would be fun to catch up. So got to call her and chat. It is nice when friends get to celebrate each other's wins, no matter how big or how small. And she was getting to share something that seemingly is small to the outside, but is truly big on her professional front, and then also a personal project for her. So that was exciting to get to hear about that stuff and talk about the challenges of life, because that's real. Then after that, I was chatting with her and walking at the same time. Once I finished up the phone call, then Evan met me at the local park and I enjoyed that. Quality time is my love language, so I enjoyed getting to share that activity together. The next day after work, I went and painted candles at a friend's house, and it was fun and also kind of stressful to try to paint candlesticks when I left them at her house so that they could dry. So when I get them, maybe I'll be able to show you guys next week on the episode. And I'm trying not to be the perfectionist in all of the creative crafts and stuff. And it wasn't perfect in my eyes. However, I thought they turned out pretty cool. It's easy to be the perfectionist and critique everything. So I just kept rocking with it, and I ended up painting 6 different candles, and I just kept going. And I think that was the key to having fun with it, was to not overthink and just keep doing. And it's paint, it can be messy, and just keep going. So that was exciting and fun to do with them. Wednesday was therapy. It was necessary for sure. She can get me to cry when she's not doing it on purpose. I cry when she says nice things, I guess. It makes me pause. I am pretty tough on myself. And so when it comes from her, I feel like she doesn't bullshit. So it means a lot. That's all I will go into with that. There's some imposter syndrome stuff peeking through for me. So we're doing what we can. Then that evening, Evan asked if I wanted to go on a walk, and I said, I have too many things to do, getting ready for my friend's arrival, and then also made some Oreo balls because we were going to an event. And the next day, Thursday, my friend did arrive. She was visiting from Texas. Good to hug and squeeze her. It was the end of a busy season at work. Not that it won't continue to be busy, but it was the end of the busy season. So there was a happy hour with colleagues, and she joined me for that. I wasn't originally planning to go, and then I did, and it was good and it was fun. I tried some kind of sour drink and I didn't enjoy it, and then I got a kombucha and I did like that. So that was nice. After that, we were invited to go to a bonfire with another colleague and a different kind of group of people. That was really fun. The colleague lives kind of 30 minutes outside of town, so she has some land, she has chickens, ducks, there was goose, just kind of slower pace of life, and I've really enjoyed it. She has 2 dogs, she's got a kiddo and a husband, and just living her best life, and she was very kind to invite us over. Around the fire pit, they had one of the camping chairs that could swing. I need to get one of those for sure. That's one of my next purchases. So that was really delightful. I really admire the host and her community that she's built in. She's from this area, and at the same time she's kept in touch with people, and I just think it's really neat when she gets to share about her community, and I was honored to be a small part of it by getting the invite for the bonfire. Really fun. Enjoyed it for sure. So that was Thursday. The next day, had off from work. Heck yeah. My friend and I headed to the coast. I hadn't been to this town before. We went and did a hike to a tree. Classic. That was fun. It was muddier and more slip and slide than anticipated. So that was interesting to slip in along the tree roots. Then there was also a column that it felt like kind of a lighthouse. And so you walk up all the stairs and then you're at the top. And they had wooden planes that they sold in the gift shop. And so people were flying the planes from the top and seeing how far they could go. And that was also really fun to watch other people do that. After, I was really hoping to see some sea lions because I'd seen it on TikTok that this town would have them. So my friend had seen one of the locations that they might be. So we get out of the car, we're walking around, we see some people looking over this railing, and I'm looking way down in the water trying to find, I was like, are you guys seeing a sea lion? Like, where is it? And one of the gentlemen that was closest to me is like, and it was right there. It was not in the water. It was just laying on some ledge, like just taking a nap in the sun, sunbathing. That was pretty funny and way closer than anticipated. Then we started trying to follow the sounds because I wanted to see more than just the one and something active. Then as we were trying to go one direction, we saw a bakery, stopped in, grabbed a cookie. That was yum. And chatted with the cashier and asked if they knew where sea lions would be. They suggested a different direction or further if we drove in our car. So we ended up driving in the car, seeing some sea lions. We found them, about a pack of 10, and I think they call it barking, if I'm not mistaken. So, or, and there's about 10 of them, and we could see them from a distance. Then we're heading back to the car because we had seen the sea lions, pretty cool. And then my friend kept hearing more, and she looked over and saw that there was an entire almost pier of sea lions. So then we drove the car again, trying to get close to that, and just wild. I've never seen that before, and that was really cool. And I think the highlight for me for that day. And then after that, one of my colleagues at the happy hour suggested we go try this little beach town. And so we did. By that time, we're really hungry, so we found some lunch. Unfortunately, it was not that good. Mine wasn't. She enjoyed hers. And I'm also just picky, I guess. I was a picky eater, am a picky eater, however you want to label that. I am broadening and willing to try more things now, so I don't know that I would label myself as a picky eater, but I am very particular in quality, and that's what was lacking I got a burger and it was bleh. Anywho's, we had lunch, then we we went down to the beach, and I took a picture sent to Evan because there were cars on the beach and it was allowed. People you would think like trucks or SUVs, there were also just little Toyota Corolla, little Nissan cars on the beach, and I guess you're allowed until mid-April when it's clam season. I think that's what the sign said. So I had never seen or heard that. I did not drive my car. I was not the bold or adventurous person there. So we did that, went to the beach just for a bit, and then it was time to head home because we had about a 2-hour drive ahead of us. So did that. Yesterday was Saturday. We woke up, went to the farmer's market, got to peruse different stuff. I picked up a cinnamon roll. Again, picky's not the right word. I'm not thinking of the correct word. I am snobby when it comes to food quality and what I think is good. So anyways, I used to make cinnamon rolls from scratch. And so I am very particular is a good one. I'm very particular, and my praise has to be earned with food. That's probably the route I should be taking. So the cinnamon roll, Evan said today he'd give it a 6 out of 10. I would probably agree with that. It wasn't the worst one I've had. It's way better than a Pillsbury from the can. So I don't know if I'd get it again. Who knows? Anyways, I got a cinnamon roll at the farmer's market. After that, we headed to go to a pizza spot. I love taking visitors there. And then the ice cream, that's my classic. We stopped in the gift shop also, and just so fun to go through and see stuff that's touristy, and I still enjoy it and love smelling the candles, love seeing the new art. Oh, also at the farmer's market, one of my favorite artists in the booth was there, so it was fun to see some of his new work, and all of his stuff is very colorful and it usually has a mountain in it, so I just really enjoy. I did the color in this room, so anyways, it was fun to see his work. Then we did the ice cream, fun new flavors for the month, got to go show the water, and with my friend, after that got back, I took a break to read and kind of reset myself. A lot of stimulation can get to me quicker now, so I was taking some breaks this weekend, needing some of the downtime. And then we did dinner, and then we watched the first Hunger Games, because on Friday, the night before, I caught the end of, I think, the second Hunger Games, and it piqued my interest. And so then we went backwards and did the first one. So I was not scared throughout the first one because I had seen some of the characters in the second one, so I knew they would make it to the second one. So that was nice. Also, my mom sent an Easter basket. Daisies for me. And then this fun toy for Evan. Anywho's, that was fun to get in the mail and be thought of. Then today we went to a local park so that she could see some of the mountains. Dropped her off at the airport. Then I went on a walk and listened to an audiobook. Then my sister had texted and she FaceTimed because she had some fun news to share. And then I read some. I finished a book, Abby Jimenez's The Friend Zone. So good. Has you laughing, has me crying. The last couple chapters, I was just in a ball of tears. It was really good though. So I'm going to read the second book in that series, and then hopefully the third book. And then by that time, maybe her newest book will be ready for me because I'm in line waiting for it. So that was my week. Oddly enough, this is the 50th episode. Woo woo! 50! And that's kind of all I got. I hope you have a wonderful week, yappers. Do your best. That's all you can do. Find moments of joy for yourself. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for the Yap Sesh.